Today's podcast is presented by Podgo. Podgo is the easiest way for you to monetize your podcast, providing podcasters with a flat rate for ad space so you always know how much you get when you include an ad from Podgo.
Apply today and become a member and immediately be connected with advertisers that fit your audience. That's podgo.co at podgo.co.
And be sure to add our podcast in the How Did You Hear About Podgo section of the application.
Ideals like peace, freedom, and justice, they get packed up, but we can all go home. Well, I'm not going home. I'm gonna get on my boat, and I'm going upriver, and I'm going to kick that son of a bitch bison's ass so hard that the next bison wannabe is gonna feel it. Now, who wants to go home and who wants to go with me?
Welcome to the Rated G for Gamers podcast, episode 293. Before we start the show, we want to thank all of the wonderful fans who have supported us. And if you want to support the Rated G Network, you can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/Rated G for Gamers. You can also find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Rated G for Gamers. And finally, please rate us. Please review us on iTunes and Spotify. Rate and review us on iTunes and Spotify. We appreciate all your love. I'm your host, Dave Rotino, and this is my co-host, Dan, the podcaster formerly known as Classic Robinson.
What's going on, man? It's the Halloween edition. Happy Halloween, right? Early Halloween.
It is the Halloween edition, all right? We're in the thick of it right now, man. We're just a week away from that blessed day. Oh,
man.
Very excited.
I know. So I don't do cosplay. I don't like dressing up. That's not me.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
You did do Harry Potter though one year, and I thought that was awesome. Urban Harry Potter.
I did the urban Harry Potter. I was Harold Potter.
Mm-hmm.
I was Harold Potter, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you love dressing up.
Oh my God.
You're a big cosplay. Like you put a lot of effort.
I put a lot of effort and money and time. Yeah. Those are the three things.
So are you dressing up this year?
Of course I'm dressing up this year, Dan. No question. I don't want to say what I'm going to be just yet. I want it to be a surprise. I never let the cat out of the bag usually. All right, kind of keep it under wraps a little bit. But it's going to be a good one. And it is going to be video game related. I will say that. In previous years, I guess, if you don't mind me waxing nostalgic a little bit, I was Mike Hagar, mayor of Metro City. I was Hayachi Mishima.
I think that was your best one.
Hayachi Mishima was interesting, and the funny thing about that was like 2004 maybe, and Tekken 4 was out. Tekken 5 wasn't out yet. Tekken 4 was out. But Hayachi's costumes in Tekken 4, I was not going to wear a bunch of diaper wraps. He legit had a costume where he was in diaper wraps. And the other one was kind of okay. But I loved his costume from 3. He was wearing the all-white suit. And he had this, like, pimpin' red jacket with, like, white fur around the edges. And I'm like, oh, that's, like, kind of specific. But I'm like, maybe I bet I can find it. And I walked all around the city, to every furrier, to every leather goods store, every vintage shop. And the funny thing is, the first place that I walked into back in my old neighborhood on the corner, a tiny little vintage shop, had pretty much the exact jacket. And I saw it and I'm like, yeah, it's pretty good, but I think I can do better. And it was perfect. That was the one. So that was.
Yeah, and I'm coming back after a long day of searching
After a long, 3 weeks, I went everywhere, man. Yeah, I went uptown, I went downtown, almost went to Jersey. I mean, Jesus.
It was dedicated crazy when you come to your costumes, man.
That's right. I also did Brian Fury from the Tekken series a couple of years later. I did Raz from Psychonauts, right, which is kind of prescient now. He's back in the limelight.
Last year, 2 years ago, you did Dead Cells.
I did the Prisoner from Dead Cells, which I was very happy about. Yeah, man, I got a lot of costumes. Got a lot of good costumes in there. I did Jack Black's character from Brutal Legend. That was a twofer in the Double Fine.
Man, that's a long time ago. That's MySpace days. I think I remember seeing a picture of MySpace with the guitar. You had the guitar from a Guitar Hero, right?
Well, I had a prop guitar.
Yeah, prop guitar. Okay.
And then I made the axe, and I with the help of a friend of mine, I added a little switch on there that would turn on the lightning. It was badass. It was badass. Okay. So
wow. I remember those.
Yeah, man. Yeah. This is going to be a good one this year, though.
I'm not doing any. I never do any of that. That's okay. I'm good. I did Harry Potter. Mm-hmm. Harry Potter 1 year. Okay.
Mm-hmm. You could be CJ from Grand Theft Auto.
There you go.
Oh, you gotta wear some baggy jeans and like a turtle, not a turtleneck, but one of those white armless shirts, right?
Well, you know what? I could just be DMX from Def Jam.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. You'd be any of those rappers, honestly. Well, DMX with the shaved head. Yeah.
I'm bald. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
I'm bald. I'm gonna take my shirt off. I could just put a chain around my leg, like a choke collar. Yeah. DMX.
Yep. That's all. There you go. Oh, that's funny.
Or I could put on the green costume and be like a Squid Game character, right?
Oh my God. Mm-hmm.
I just watched it. I just binge watched it.
Yeah, it was fun, right?
It was interesting. I know people didn't like the dub over of the voices.
Yeah.
It was fine. I mean, it was a little cheesy, but I can't do subtitles because it takes me out of it.
I think there was something, and I also watched it with the dub too. Don't get me wrong, because it requires a lot less concentration. 100%. If you're doing two things, you definitely can't have the dub on, you definitely can't have the original Korean on. But I will say that, there was definitely something lost in translation. Yeah.
No, but I know you are mixed on it. I really enjoyed it. I liked it. I hated the ending.
Well,
the ending, I think, was terrible.
The ending was a little bit weird. We don't want to spoil anything, but it kind of sets itself up for a new season, right? Like a season 2, which, based on the conceit of the show, I think they could have done anyway, even without the way that it ended. Because not to spoil anything, but essentially it's like a Hunger Games or a Game of Death that you technically volunteer for, right? You may come in contact with somebody. They'll kind of, hey, let's go ahead and play a game. You want to make some money? And you put your life on the line, essentially, is what it is. So I don't think we're spoiling anything. That's within the first maybe, 10, 15 minutes of the show, right? And that's it. And then they get a bunch of contestants in, and they compete in these weird-ass games.
Weird-ass, kid games, right?
Yeah, they're all kind of childhood-style games.
Now, here's a question. I don't, is the Squid Game actual real game that they play in Korea? A legit game?
I don't know. I didn't actually look it up. Maybe. I think there's a 50-50 chance. Yeah, I think there's a 50-50 chance that it was either made up or real. It looks kind of interesting. I think it was kind of because I remember playing a style of game that was like that here, right? Where you had to cross from one side to the other. And there would be somebody who was it or whatever. And then every time you got tagged, you would become it as well, so more and more people until it was down to one person. I remember a kind of variant on that. There wasn't the triangles and the squares and the circles and all that extra stuff in there, but yeah, it was just kind of get to one side and the other without getting tagged. So I remember playing something like that. We didn't call it Squid Game. I don't know what it was called.
Yeah, we called it It.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess so.
You played It.
You're it.
Come on.
You're it.
Come on. Come on, call it what it is. It was called It. We all played it as a kid.
Right.
So all right.
Yeah,
Dave.
It's good stuff.
Dave, we have an awesome show this week. Right? We're going to talk about a potentially new Splinter Cell game in development. Right? And if you're looking for a PS5 this holiday, Best Buy may have a way for you to get it. That may be somewhat controversial to someone in this podcast. And we'll talk about it a little bit later.
Possibly.
But before we get into any of that, let's begin the show with the Uncharted movie trailer was released. We finally get to see Tom Holland as Nathan Drake.
Yep.
What did you think?
I thought it was interesting. They certainly hit on a lot of the big set pieces from the series. You saw some stuff in the trailer, like when he was getting thrown from the cargo plane, and he has to climb his way back up. Like, that was legit a scene from Uncharted 3 that they had in the trailer. Yeah. You know, it's got Sully in there, which is great. It's got what's her name from Part 2? I can't think of her name with the dark hair.
Oh yeah. I got it. I don't remember. But they took that scene from Part 2 when he's running on the rooftops. I think chasing her on the rooftop. So that was definitely from Part 2.
Chloe, right? Chloe, yeah.
Maybe, I don't remember. I don't remember.
Well, there's Chloe and Sophia are the two females that are in there. So, I mean, they have a lot of stuff. It seems like it's a mashup of the at least 2 and 3, maybe some parts of 1, which, you're gonna take your artistic license. You're gonna do what you can do to make a cohesive movie. Sometimes you need to change things, right, to kind of make it work in the movie world. So I'm not necessarily mad at that. If they put a good product out, that's cool. But I think
you're being too generous. No, the more I think about it, the more I'm not feeling it. I got to be honest. I had mixed emotions because they wanted a younger Nathan Drake, right?
Yeah,
but they made younger Nathan Drake into adult Nathan Drake, if that makes sense, right? Like, it's younger. They have the younger version of Nathan Drake, or supposedly the younger version, in sort of the world, the body, the outfit of older Nathan Drake. And that's just do an origin story. People who don't play video games have no idea who this is. So do more of an origin story with young Nathan Drake in the orphanage.
This is definitely going to tell how Nathan Drake became Nathan Drake. Yeah, I mean, they have to. I mean, they have to at least tell you who he is, how he got into there, and how he met Sully, right? Which they do show that. Like, I don't know if they're going to do.
I feel like he already knows Sully in the movie. I feel like
really
he did. I feel like he already knows him. Like,
well, they had that scene in the bar they had that scene in the bar where Tom is now a mixologist at a bar in New York City or whatever. I think that was the meeting point between those two, which is different than the games, a little bit.
They should. I feel like they should have just stuck to, don't gamify it, right? I think that's the problem with a lot of like movies that are based on video game properties. They try to gamify it, right? To you can give fan service, but don't try to overly gamify it. Just come up with a story. Make it a movie first,
right?
With Easter eggs and a nod to the video game,
instead
of the other way around.
Sometimes you can be a little too beholden, But then they go and change some stuff too. So I don't know, but
I don't know if I'm a fan of this. He just doesn't seem like Nathan Drake. Nathan Drake has like those quirky comebacks and stuff. And again, I understand young Nathan Drake doesn't do that, but don't put him in the older Nathan Drake universe, kind of, right? Make him young Nathan Drake. Don't give him.
He's got to earn his. He's got to earn. Yeah. He's got to earn his status, right? Because in like the first game, he is a well-established treasure hunter who has gone on many adventures, right? This we would assume maybe not so much because he's so young. Like, how many adventures could you go on if you're in your mid-20s? Like 1, 2, maybe, if you're lucky.
I don't even think he's in his mid-20s. He looks like he's like. I feel like they're making him to be like
He's got a baby face. Yeah, he's got a baby face for sure.
I don't know if I like, and I don't know. I'm not feeling Mark Wahlberg as Sully.
Sully Sullenberg, yeah, or Sully's
an older guy. Like I want to see my.
He's got a little salt and pepper. Yeah, he's got a little salt and pepper.
I want to see my Sully, and I don't know. I don't like the direction.
Well,
I'm gonna hold out hope. I'm gonna watch the movie, but I just don't know if I like it.
Well, I'll tell you this: the good news, and I think maybe this is why they did that. So, if you got people that were the age they were in the movies, right? I guess Nathan Drake in the first one is early to mid 30s, maybe, right? Sully's mid to late 50s, maybe early 60s. It depends. He's got some salt and pepper in his hair. You know, obviously Nathan Drake's able to hang. Sully's able to hang, but for how long, right? In a video game sense, he can hang forever because he's just a made-up character with a voice actor behind it, right? But if you get someone like, I don't know, Harrison Ford or Tom Hanks or whatever, who looks more of the part, right? They're already super old and they can't necessarily like hang in for a franchise, which I think they want to turn this into a franchise, right? Whether they do their own stories after the first one or not.
Just so you know, I looked it up. Nathan Drake he's in his 30s in the 3 games, the trilogy.
Right.
Flashbacks, he is 15.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So Tom is somewhere in the middle. Tom is somewhere in the middle in how he looks here, right?
So
he's
Nathan
in his
Drake,
late teens, early 20s.
So Nathan Drake in the mainline games is in his 30s. The first game, he's 31.
Right.
And by the third game, he's 35. And I guess in the fourth game, some time has passed. He could be in his early 40s.
Sure. But you see what I'm saying, though, right? Like they're looking for the longevity here. If this does well, they have young enough actors who can stay the part. Right?
What do they want to do? The MCU, and they want to do like 50 movies? I mean, come on, just get an actor.
Yeah, I think they do, Dan. I think they do. They want to have a million Uncharted movies, just like James Bond, right? They want to bleed it dry, because that's what Hollywood does.
Harrison Ford is in his like 80s, and he's doing.
That's what I'm saying. They're trying to stave off that problem now, right? And put out as many movies as possible with the actors they have.
I don't think so. I think they already had Tom Holland under contract for Spider-Man. And they give him a little bit more money and have him play a character and have him play a new character that's in their fold as well. I think that had a lot to do with it, because when you have when an actor has a contract with like a studio, there's some things in there where you could you get some more money or you get maybe like incentives, or you get a piece of the box office if you play another franchise that the studio owns, right?
Right.
It's something along those lines. It's like Keanu Reeves had issues with a studio after he did Speed. He didn't want to do Speed 2, right? I forgot what studio. I don't know if that was Warner Brothers. And he didn't want to play Speed 2 because he wanted to play in another movie, and that screwed him up for a few years until The Matrix. The Matrix saved him, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I think contractually, when you have it look at the studio, you could do other things, other movies that the studio owns. Sure. I could be wrong, but I think that's a part of it.
Sure.
So I'm going to watch it. But I'm not all warm and fuzzy inside with this trailer. I'm sorry. Just not. Just like I'm not warm and fuzzy inside about the Xbox mini fridge.
Oh,
I do want one. I do want one.
Where are you going to put it?
Where am I going to put anything? I got.
You know what you're going to do? You know what you're going to do? You're going to buy that and you're going to fill it with video games and never plug it in because you need space.
There you go.
That's what you're going to do with it.
No, I'm going to put all my amiibos in there. Because they need a place to be stored.
Yeah, there you go. Keep them nice and fresh.
But if I want to buy it, now I'm going to have to spend $500 instead of $100 because it's sold out everywhere and it's already scalped online.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, this was a joke, a meme that Microsoft rode for better. In this case, definitely not for worse, because they're kind of leaning into it. Oh, your console looks like a mini fridge, and they go, you know what? Here's a mini fridge, haha. And he said, you know what? Here's a mini fridge you can buy for a reasonable price. So, it's fine for what it is. People can still get mini fridges. Like, it sucks that it's on the scalping market. I don't think that's cool, but better than the consoles going on the scalping market, right?
Yeah. No, I mean. Oh man! If you want to get an N64 wireless controller that's not even out yet, that's scalped. You need an Xbox. Everything is being scalped.
Right?
Sucks. I hope this comes back in stock at some point.
Well, how did the the N64 thing work out? Because I get why Nintendo did that, right? Because nobody's going to buy an N64 controller for anything other than playing N64 games, right? Like,
Okay.
Right? I mean, like, you know,
Maybe I play a lot of the NES games with the SNES controller.
Right, but I mean, you want to use the controller for the system to get the authentic experience, I think is what people really do, right? Like, I'm not saying you can't use an N64 controller to play Nintendo games. I mean, maybe there's a technical hurdle you have to get over. You have to do some hacking or whatever to get it to work. Maybe it's only on a PC with, like, you know, a USB adapter and some weird software, but really, you use the N64 controller for the N64 games. The only way to get the N64 games to play them on the Switch, which this is a Switch controller that's a replica of the N64, is you need to be a part of the online service, right? So they say, okay, well, you have to be a member of the online service, then you have the opportunity to buy it, right? That makes sense.
You see how that works? If you're already a member of a subscription service, you have the ability to buy something that no one else buys.
Yeah, but nobody's going to buy that outside of, like, and we'll get into, I know why you're bringing that up. We'll get into that point. We'll get into that point a little bit later.
You see how it's behind a paywall and you're not be able to buy it unless you pay.
Yeah,
but
nobody
really wanted that controller. But you wouldn't though.
You wouldn't. Why would you want it?
Why wouldn't you?
Because you can't use it. It's basically unusable outside of the Nintendo Switch network.
That is actually not true. You can use it. I use my SNES controller. You can use your NES controller, and you could be able to use the Genesis controller that I did pick up, or any game. You could
well, not any game. That's not true because it's only got 3 buttons on it, right?
No, that's
the N64 controller only has one analog stick.
No. You can use it on any game. It probably won't function correctly, but you can.
Well, then you can't use it. That's the point.
It's usable.
No, it's not. You can't play the game with it. Like just because you can only jump doesn't make it usable. That's silly. That's silly.
We're not talking about will it function properly. It will function.
But that's the whole point. They're selling this controller so you can play N64 games. That's its intended purpose, right? Like, I'm fine with that. I don't want an N64 controller to play anything but N64 games. Same with the Genesis controller.
You mean to tell me there's nobody that paid $20 for the year just for the opportunity to get an N64 controller just to scalp it online?
No, well, I mean that's exactly what this. That's exactly what the story is, Dan. This is what we're talking about here. I was asking, like, how did this get out in the wild? Like, somebody obviously did that. Yeah, that sucks. But the thing that I'm saying is, even though Nintendo tried to do this and gate it, Scalper still got it. So, did it actually solve anything in that case? Like, you know, maybe not. So, you could kind of make a case for, hey, don't gate things because it's not going to fix scalping.
No. I would say this. I don't know if this is true or not because I haven't tried. Mm-hmm. You have to limit how many you can buy per person. So
right, but then what you're going to do is just make another account. You're just going to make another account and buy another one.
But I don't. Okay, well, I mean that's an extra step that.
But scalpers are going to do that if they can charge $120 on eBay.
That's an extra step that they may not want to do.
Oh, they're going to do it. We know that.
I don't know if you can go in and buy 50 controllers at once. I don't.
No. It's you can probably buy. Well, I don't know. I don't know if they tie it to the account.
Well, you can definitely buy 2. I know that because I bought 2.
Well, there you go. I mean, I don't know. Like limiting it to 1 or 2 per account is kind of a way to do that, which I think is good. Because who needs more than 2?
4. I would say 4 because, like, especially with the N64 controllers, like,
Well, okay,
up to 4 players.
Right. But then now you have a scalper with 1 account who now has 4 controllers who can make upwards of $480 on the system. So you're back in that same situation again. It's a hard thing to curb.
It's a hard thing to curb. It's all about putting hurdles in front of the scalpers. You're never going to stop the scalpers, but you want to put as many hurdles in front of them as possible to stop them.
Well, look. We'll get into this. We'll get into the scalping facts in another segment for sure. But I'm surprised that unless they hacked unless they hack the account, right? Scalpers may have put up fake accounts and got around the paywall somehow and managed to make an account and fooled the Nintendo online system. That's like a possibility. I don't know if they paid the money for like a month and then just canceled it. Maybe they like did do that, you know, because you can get like a basic membership for not a lot of money for 1 month, right? Like $3.
Like I think it's like $10 for 3 months or something like that, right? And it's like
I think they may even have like a month member. Whatever the cheapest thing is.
I'm screwed.
You know,
Amazon. There was a promotion like 2 years ago. If you had an Amazon Prime and you link it to your Nintendo Online account, like you had free for like 6 months or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, I did that. Yeah.
So that pushed my membership until April.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm screwed. I can't line it up with January. I would have to pay for like 3 months and then 3 months and then 1 month.
That's a you
get
problem.
It to January.
That's a you problem. But
oh, man.
What I'm like saying here, the barrier to entry to get a controller is under $10, and then that's it. And if they're selling for 120, right? They're obviously like putting up at that price. If people actually bite and sell on those. The controller, costs $50 or whatever it is?
$50.
Right. Yeah. So that's like $50 minus, let's say it's $10 for a month, right? So that's $60. They're making their money back on it, right? They're making an additional $60 or whatever it is. So I guess that's worth it to them, you know?
No, I mean, listen, again, all about putting hurdles in front of scalpers. And if there's a service that already exists, that's a hurdle that you could put to reward people who already have the service.
Mm-hmm.
If the scalper or a non-scalper chooses to buy the service and not utilize it, that is their choice. But it's to reward people who already have the service.
Well,
with the opportunity to buy something that
but,
could be a hot commodity.
But what you're saying is, what you were trying to say before is that, well, someone's going to want to use their N64 controller to play whatever game they want, right? So this is preventing them from doing that, right? It's not just out there to buy. So, you know, I don't think anyone in their right mind is going to do that. You can find one or two people out there. I want to see if this controller works on whatever, right? You'll see the Gaming Historian or Stop Skeletons from Fighting. I'm going to take this N64 controller and see if it'll work with all these games, right? People are going to want to do that, sure. But the majority of people, you're going to want to play the N64 game in its original form, right? You want that nostalgia. You want to use that controller. So I think it's fine for this to be gated, you know?
So I mean, it's fine for anything to be gated, but just as a point of order, 1 month is $3.99.
There you go. So $4.
$7.99.
$4.
12 months for the year, $20. Just for the standard. For the expansion pack and the standard, $4.99. Regular family for a regular standard version, $34.99, and for the expansion pack family, $79.99, $80. Right.
So do you need the expansion pack to buy the controller? Is the question.
No, you just need a Nintendo
Online. So $4 is your barrier to entry.
Yes, $4 is your barrier to entry.
So you just sell it for $4 more online, and someone's going to bite on it. Yeah. Because it's that hot a commodity,
and it makes sense.
But that's no barrier. And that's not really a barrier.
And it's a barrier. It is a barrier, but
it's so low.
It's an easier hurdle to jump. It's an easier hurdle.
It's not an Olympic-sized hurdle. It's a bump in the road that you just put your foot over.
It's still a bump where you slow down.
Oh my God, Dan! Oh my God! Well, it's obviously not stopping them because they're on eBay right now. Right? Because that was the whole thing. Like, they're not going to be on eBay because who's going to pay for the membership to get the controllers?
That's not
true. But it's $4.
Controller was the same way. The SNES controller was the same way.
They didn't gate it. You could just buy it, right?
No, you can't buy it. Anything, the NES controllers, the SNES controllers, Genesis controller, and 64 controller, you need the Nintendo Online service.
Okay. Well, they had them online for sale. I mean,
and guess what?
Sold them.
You don't need the expansion pack to buy a Genesis controller or N64 controller.
Yeah.
You know why? Because you can use the controllers on any game.
Yeah, but no one's going to do that. No one's going to do that.
Any game.
No one's going to do that.
Tell me how your premise, you need the expansion pack to buy that because.
Well, no. I would honestly say I would honestly say yes, because what are you going to play? What are you going to play with it? Tell me how great. Play Mario Odyssey. Play Mario Odyssey with your N64 controller.
I will.
And tell me how great your experience is.
You know what?
It's going to be terrible, Dan, because you don't have all the buttons.
I'm going to play Mario Odyssey,
stupid.
and I'm going to stream it just for you. I'm going to play Mario Odyssey just with the
That's fine.
N64
You can do that. You're going to have a bad time with it. Like, it's not meant for anything but N64.
It'll be amazing. I'll play it like the N60 Super Mario 64.
Well, you won't, because you won't be able to control the camera, because it needs an analog stick, and it's only got one.
I'll just act like it's an old school game.
You won't be able to do anything. You won't be able to do anything. So it works the other way, right? The newer controllers work on the older games, right? Because N64 only had one analog stick. The Switch has two, and a hell of a ton more buttons. So that's a fine experience, right? Honestly, arguably, I would say it's better.
Well, we're not arguing what's the best experience. We're arguing
no. But I'm just saying it.
Usable.
But I'm just saying it works. It works going backwards. It doesn't work going forwards, because you run into roadblocks right away. So
it's still
diminishing
works.
returns.
That's the point. It works. Now, whether you have a good experience,
but it's not playable. Argument. It's not playable.
That's not the argument. The argument is, does it work? And it works.
Yeah, but nobody's going to play it, though. You see what I'm saying?
No.
Nobody's going to play it.
Dave, you're not going to play it. You're not going to play it.
You can't get anywhere in the game. That's the point. All right.
People,
all right.
You go on Twitch, people are playing games with weird controllers, okay? People
Yeah. That's like one person who's doing that. They play Dark Souls with bananas.
You know what? That's not what people do. That one person proves you wrong, because you said nobody. So there you go. Somebody's going to do it.
I don't care about the one person. The mass majority of people, the 99% of people.
That's not true.
It's a technicality.
Speak for everybody.
Dan, it's a technicality.
Other people, everybody has enjoyment doing something that other people don't.
Look,
just because you don't like playing with the N64 controller,
if they want
people like me aren't nostalgic for it.
If they want to go and do that, they will pay whatever the price is for the online service, and they will get that controller. I'm fine with that, because again, there's one person out there, and that one person will be inconvenienced. The majority of the people, right, the populace, is going to be, I want to play N64 games with an N64 controller, because they're sane.
You can't speak in definites because you don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of people that want to try the controller, or people like me who are
so they can get the service. That's perfectly fine. Not a problem.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
play the original Mario. I'm gonna play the original Super Mario Brothers game with the N64 controller.
Okay. That's fine. You can do that, but you're going to have a much better time using the NES controller or just the Switch controller offhand. I don't know what benefit the N64 controller gives you.
But you can't speak to that, because you're not me. I will have.
Oh, I know you're not going to play it. I know you're not going to play it.
You're just controller, because I'm nostalgic for it. You know what? I'm going to play the original Super Mario Brothers game with the Genesis controller.
Yeah, but you never did that back in the day. You're just trying to prove a point.
You couldn't do it back in the day. Now I can.
Well, no, actually you could, if you engineered a thing that that interface with the thing
back in the early '90s when I was like 9 years old.
No, what do you think? What do you think people were doing to get NES controllers to work on the PC like 15 years ago? This has been going on for a long ass time.
Okay,
people do it all the time. How do you think people play Dark Souls?
I'm not a PC gamer.
Wait, how do you think people play? I know you don't know the. How do you think people played?
Yeah.
How do you think people?
Now I can play the original Mario Brothers with the Genesis controller.
How do you think people played Dark Souls with like bananas? Right? There was a guy who played Dark Souls with bananas.
No.
They hacked the system.
No. People didn't do that.
They hacked the system.
People didn't do that. Only one person did that. Only one person did that. Let me ask you a question. Did he enjoy playing it with bananas?
He did it because he did it for the lulz, man. He did it because people would be interested in watching it.
So you mean to tell me there are people out there who will play games with the N64 controller just for the lulz? That's what you're telling me.
Listen. I don't care.
That proves my point.
I don't care. I don't care if one person is inconvenienced. I don't care. I don't care about that one person. They get asked out. I'm sorry.
That proves my point.
Sorry. Here's the thing.
Now we're going to scalp bananas.
Here's the thing, though.
So you can play Dark
Souls.
Here's
the thing, though. The argument that you're making is don't gate the controller. You're making that argument.
I'm not making that argument.
You are, because you're saying people want to use the controller to play whatever game they want. Why do I have to pay? Why do I have to pay? Why do I have to pay for an online service?
Gated. I am okay with it being gated behind me.
But why am I paying for the service just to use the controller to play Mario Odyssey? Because you're saying there's people out there who want to play Odyssey with it. Odyssey does not require the online service, but you're forcing me to pay for the thing just to get the controller. So there's a number of people who want to play Odyssey with it. You shouldn't gate that, right? And we know that it's not working.
I'm okay.
We know that it's not working.
With gating it. I'm 100% sure if
you can't have it both ways, Dan. You can't have it both ways.
Nobody would have this controller. It would be scalped. I guarantee you, more people have the N64 controllers than scalpers. There are more regular people who want the controller.
Well, it's already being scalped, though. It's already being scalped. It's a $4 barrier, Dad. It's a $4 barrier.
It's
obviously not working.
It's obviously not working. There is a barrier. I want there to be a barrier.
All right. Well, we got to move on.
And we're gonna get back into this. This ain't over.
I know. Over. Well, we'll come back after the break.
But you know what is over? October.
It is. Well, it's almost over. It's
almost over. Mm-hmm. All right. And since this is the last show in October, let's talk about the notable games that are coming out in November. I think it's sort of a weak month, to be honest. I mean, you have Just Dance 2022.
Dan, that makes it the best month ever. I'm sorry. Come on now.
It would be. No, wait. It would
you don't want to dance to Despacito or
No. It would be the best month.
Or the Squid Game theme song.
It would be the best month if I could buy it on the Wii.
Oh yeah. They actually specifically said that it's not coming to the Wii, right? They had to cut that.
So it's not coming to the Wii or the Wii U. They have to come to the Wii U.
Well, it's the same. It's the same game. Like Wii games play on the Wii U, so it's technically both. Yeah.
Well, it's coming out for the PS5, all Xbox Series, right? Xbox One, Switch, and Stadia.
Hey,
wow, Stadia
go.
Gets a new game. Look at that.
Yeah.
November 4th.
Yeah.
Call of Duty, the day after, November 5th.
Call of Duty Vanguard.
Right.
Back
PS5,
to
Xbox.
World War II with time travel. Is that right? Is that what Vanguard is?
I have no idea if there's time travel in the game. I will tell you when I buy it, because I get to relive my tradition, which I had to skip.
I'm pretty sure, unless that was the Battlefield game, I'm pretty sure this one is you go back and forth between kind of modern day and like, at least for like the multiplayer stuff.
Then I definitely wouldn't know about that.
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure that was in the trailer. But anyway.
But where are you time traveling to? I mean, it's already time travel. We're already time traveling to go back to World War II. Are you going to World War One? Are you going to the Civil War?
No, I remember that. I may be misremembering, but I know there was one of those games where it would be like modern day and then going back to like World War II. And you could have factions that were modern day factions and then old school factions. I may be thinking of a different game. I forget. I thought it was the multiplayer for Vanguard. I could be wrong.
I don't see any time travel.
Okay, well, this is definitely a World War II game. We do know that. That. Yeah. One of those games, it could have been
time travel, but I don't see any other time traveling.
It could have been Battlefield 5. Maybe it had that. One of those games had a thing where it was modern day versus World War II.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is coming out for everything except for Stadia, which is weird, right? Mm-hmm. Just Dance 2022 coming out for Stadia, but not Call of Duty Vanguard.
Wow. Just Dance is a much easier game to get up on a streaming service, right? I would argue.
I know, but if you're Stadia and you want people to sign up for your streaming service,
you need games on there. Yeah,
you need games. Mm-hmm. You need the best games, and Just Dance I don't think cuts it. So I would love to know how many people on Stadia play Just Dance.
I'm sure there's a lot of people.
How many would play Call of Duty?
I'm sure there's a lot. Sure there'd be more who would want to play Call of Duty for sure, but
there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Coming out November 9th, Disney's Classic Games Collection. Last gen, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. And this is interesting. If you actually look at the box art for it, it only says Xbox One.
Oh, really?
Huh. It does. It does not have Xbox One / Xbox Series X. It only has Xbox One.
Huh. Well, I mean, yeah. I guess they kind of printed it before, or they had it ready before they before the Xbox Series X was about to come out or whatnot. I don't know if they.
I mean,
it seems like they worked in.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah, yeah. It seems like they added in backwards compatibility, right? The thing
hopefully it does work on a Series X.
Oh yeah,
that would be weird.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
I want to buy it just for the Xbox now.
Yeah, the thing that kind of sucks about this is that they already did do this Disney collection, and they had the Lion King,
the Jungle Book.
No. It was incomplete. They didn't actually. I don't think they had all of the versions of Aladdin either, or all the versions of the Lion King. And they were like, "Yeah, this is it, right?" And now, a year or two later, they're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna do it also with the Jungle Book and all the stuff that we didn't put in the original collection." So now you got to go and buy it again if you want to complete, which is a little annoying.
But with this, retail editions include 1 of 4 retro-style instruction manuals inside.
Right. Interesting.
So that's.
Is it random? Do you not know which one?
That's so weird, right? Like they make you buy all the editions just so you can have all the manuals.
Oh Jesus! So it's lock per version.
I think so. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what it says in advertising.
Okay.
Next, November 9th, we got finally an Xbox exclusive, right? Forza Horizon 5.
Yeah, man.
All the Xbox consoles plus PC.
Yeah, playing down in Mexico, right? Brand new setting, right? Going all the way across the world from lovely old England, no longer in the countryside. You're now in the deserts and the mountains. I am super hyped for this. I can't wait.
I'm hyped to play November 11th, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic for the Switch. So it's only a remaster.
Yep.
This is not the remake that's going to be PS5 timed exclusive, which we have no idea when it's going to come out. But I'm looking forward because I never played this, right? I do own both games for the original Xbox, and I actually been meaning to play it. But when this was announced, I said, I might as well just get it and play it on the Switch.
I'm going to warn you, you can play in real time, but you're going to die. So it is a turn-based situation. So you basically queue up the actions, and then it kind of plays out. And then when you're ready to do your next action, it'll stop the action, and then you choose what you want to do. You queue that up. You can give commands to your party and whatnot. You can have up to 2 characters as well as your guy in there. So you should definitely try it because the story's banger. I mean, it's an amazing story.
I'm not going to play it. All right, you just.
Try it. I mean, I'm not saying not to try it, but the real time mode, you will die right away. Like it's way too hard. All right. Because they give you like no time. Like everything's moving. Like, yeah, it's quick. It's pretty quick.
Well, if you're a Switch owner, you get that on November 11th, right? And the next day, November 12th, you have Shin Megami Tensei 5. Like that is coming out. I know everyone's hyped for that. A lot of people are hyped for that. Not me so much. I'm not a big fan of the series, even though I do like the Persona series,
right? Which is in that universe. Yeah.
A game that I'm definitely not buying. Coming out November 19th, Battlefield 2042 for all platforms, not Stadia. Still weird. Stadia, if you want to be a thing. I think this is the sort of like the end of Stadia, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Next year, they put the nail in the coffin.
Yeah. I'm honestly surprised it lasts for that long because Google is keen on killing services very, very quickly at just a drop of a hat. They're like, nah, we're not gonna support this anymore.
Yeah. And also, lastly, if you're a Switch owner, November 19th, you can get Pokemon Brilliant Diamond or Pokemon Shiny Pearl.
Yeah, fans of the Pokemon series, very happy for this. All right.
If I'm in the city at any point and I can get the combo pack from the Nintendo store, I may give it a shot.
Okay. Well, these are the remakes of Diamond and Pearl, I think, on the DS. So
yes.
Brilliant Diamond, now Shining Pearl, right? Bringing them up to modern standards, rework the graphics a little bit, add some, modern gameplay features in there. So, they've been doing this since the beginning. Yeah.
Dave, as we always try to start the show, but epically fail, what have you been playing?
I'm still playing Diablo 2, man. The Diablo 2 Resurrected. Now,
can you actually get into the servers?
Yeah, but they're still having some problems. Now, I did want to tell you that I beat Metroid Dread, but that final boss is way too tough. So I put it down for a little bit, picked up Diablo 2. Yeah, and it's actually also kind of weird because sometimes when you try and sell or buy items, I've noticed that it says communicating with server, right? Because it's got to do a handshake thing and make sure that you're not cheating or whatever else, I guess. But like, you never see that. It's always instantaneous, happens behind the scenes, and they kind of pass the data back and forth. But yeah, it's a little bit buggy, man. It's a little bit buggy, but I still love it. You know, it's still great. So you just kind of got to deal with it. Yeah.
So
what have you been playing, Dan?
I've been playing. I dusted off the old Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
The old Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
Well, it's at this point, 3 years old, 2 years old at this point, right?
2018, I think, yeah.
Came out in December 2018,
2017,
right?
maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
You got nominated for Game of the Year in 2019 because it came out in December, right?
That's right.
Same thing for Halo Ultimate. That'll be this year, right?
We'll see. Yeah.
I've been playing with all the Smash characters. I haven't played with a Smash character since Joker.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
So
yeah, that was Series 1 of the DLC. Yeah.
So I had to load it up, and it's just like, you have this character, you have this character, you have this character, you have this stage, you have this stage.
It's like an episode of Oprah, right? You get an amiibo, and you get an amiibo, and you get an amiibo.
Yeah, so it's like telling me all these new things that I have, and
nice.
I've been playing, so I played as Sora. Mm-hmm. Super fast. Like he's just like super fast. I wish they would have dialed him down a little bit. Mm-hmm. All right, because I like 2 times I think I fell off the platform and died.
Oh my god!
Because I'm just like, he's like super fast. But I'm not gonna lie, I love playing with the Fire Emblem characters. I can't even tell you their names because I'm not a fan of them. I like using characters with a sword.
Oh, like, I'm with you. Martha's my guy. I'm very basic. Martha's my guy.
If I'm playing a serious game, like I want to like play and I want to beat it like on a high level, I'm playing with Link.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Link is great. Yeah.
I'm playing with Link. Because Master Sword,
regular Link, Toon Link, or Young Link?
No, regular Link.
Okay.
No. Regular.
Yeah.
I like no, we don't play with Toon Link over here. No.
Wow, this guy throwing shade.
So, but I like all the characters with the weapon, with sword. Terry is pretty good as well. Playing with Terry. I got into it. I was playing for like 3 hours with just. Doing different types of matches with different characters. So the love of the game definitely came back, and I'm going to be playing it for a while. So it's a good game just to get in and out, or listen to a podcast, Ready G for Gamers, or Saturday Morning Retro.
That's right.
And then I got into the Game Pass, and I was playing some SSX, the remake.
Okay.
Reboot that
the
came
one
out
in
for
2011 or whatnot. Yeah. Any good?
Yeah.
Any good? I don't think I got into that one, honestly.
It is super. It's like super cinematic. Like you go in and there's like we're gonna battle, we're gonna do this, and I was kind of surprised at that, but I kind of got into it doing the tricks and stuff. Right?
Yeah.
Like I never played any of the SSX games.
Oh my god. What was it? Was it over the top, or were they kind of like realistic? Like the game, just the game in general, the tricks and all that.
It was a little over the top.
Yeah.
Okay. Over the top.
Okay. Because that was really what the series was kind of known for in the beginning. It was part of EA Big back when that was the thing, when they had NBA Street and NFL Street, and this was part of that, and everything was like wild and over the top and brightly colored, And then they kind of toned that down a little bit. Once you got to 3, toned it down a little bit, and then it progressively got a little bit more realistic. So
okay.
No,
I listen. I like it. I dig it.
It's good. Yeah.
And I really enjoyed the extreme sports games back in the original PS1.
Yeah.
All right. Like I had the demo.
Of Cool Borders?
No. I had the demo of a PS1 game. I had the demo for PS1, right? And like you had like the first level of Crash Bandicoot, and the skateboarding of the extreme with the X, right? The extreme sports. Right, and I played the hell out of that skateboard level with the extreme. That was like my level. Like I could still beat that level now because I played so much of it because that's the only thing I had at the time. So I never played SSX games. I want to go back into it. I'm not going to delete it so fast. I'll keep it on the hard drive.
If you have, and I know you have a copy of it, you should definitely pop in SSX Tricky.
I do.
Because that is the pinnacle, right? Some people say 3. I think Tricky's a little better. Yeah, it's fantastic, man. It's fantastic. Okay. It's got Lucy Liu as a voice actor in the game.
Lucy Liu. That's so random to have Lucy Liu.
Yeah, well, they got a lot of big name people in there. They got Jim Rhodes, right? The Jim Rhodes from the Sideshow Circus, and they have Dan. You'll actually love this. Mean Gene Okerlund did some of the narration when you're going down the hill.
Wait. Okay, now I want to play SSX Tricky.
Okay, he was definitely in the original, and I think some of his voice lines got into the second one too, SSX Tricky, right? Also Razel, right? Razel, formerly of the human beatboxer from the Roots originally, right? He's in there, and I think Mixmaster Mike does some scratching in the game. Yeah, it's really good. It's really good.
Wow. All right, now I got to play it. You sold me with Mean Gene Okerlund.
I'm telling you, like, and they didn't even advertise it. He's just there in the back of the instruction book. It's Gene Okerlund. Like, and who else could it be but Mean Gene?
Okay. All right. On that note, let's take a break. When we come back, we're gonna get into the top gaming news of last week. And we're back. Let's get into the top gaming news of last week. And our lead story this week is a new Splinter Cell game in the works. This comes from Video Game Chronicles, and they've sourced 2 unnamed people with knowledge that Ubisoft, to appease the fans, have a major Splinter Cell game in the works, but not by Ubisoft Montreal. I think that made the last couple of Splinter Cell games, right, in the last 20 years, Ubisoft Montreal. Isn't this like everybody has been clamoring for a new Splinter Cell, right?
Oh, well, I mean, it's a great franchise. Yeah. It's a great franchise. I mean,
I'm not a big Splinter Cell fan because I'm not into stealth games, right? I'm not a spooky game person, as you know, if you listen to Saturday Morning Retro this month. Not a big spooky game person, and I'm not a stealth game person. I'm all about just going in guns blazing.
Yeah, you will definitely die. I mean, there are certain missions where you have to keep completely silent. Some of the earlier ones, there was like an alarm meter. If you got found out too many times, it'd be game over. So they really bake that into the experience. It's interesting. This is, I know it's been kind of, 2 different independent sources have said, hey, there's a Splinter Cell game coming out. But I just want to note that, Yves Guillemot, or I'm probably butchering his name, but the Ubisoft CEO has said on multiple occasions that service-based games are going to grow the market, right? And
he said service-based games mostly are like the future, like, of games.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And you can see that in Assassin's Creed. You can see that in Watch Dogs Legion. You can definitely see that in the, we mentioned the new Just Dance 2022, right? They have a service that you can sign up for where you get all of the previous songs that you can just play for like a monthly fee, right? So
wait, isn't Ubisoft doing that music learning game where it's like you can learn guitar and you can learn
Rocksmith?
Yeah, and that's a service based too,
right? Exactly. So all of their stuff is service based, right? So you would assume that they found a way to make this work with Splinter Cell, right? So the one thing that I'm afraid of if they do go through with this new Splinter Cell game, and I think that's the reason why it's been dormant for so long, is they couldn't find a good way to monetize it, because they don't just want it to be a $60 or $70 game and be done with it, right? They want to be able to monetize it. And, well, go ahead.
Well, I think that's half the problem as well, right?
What's the other problem?
The original voice actor, right, of the main guys,
Michael Ironsides, yeah.
Michael Ironside. And he all but admitted that he was sick and couldn't do the last game. That was sort of panned, right?
Yeah. Oh,
And I
yeah,
think-
like Blacklist or whatever. Yeah.
Blacklist, yeah. And I think, people thought that the game was fine, but it didn't have Michael Ironside's voice.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So I think a large part is they want him to play it, but at some point he was sick. And, that's
yeah,
why they
I'm sure that may
Yeah.
be part of it. Fans definitely want the original. Michael Ironside's great character.
As we know from God of War, right?
Yeah.
Even though that's a little bit different because he's doing mocap, and I don't know if Michael Ironside's doing any type of mocap. I would
Probably not anymore. I think he's a little bit old. He's a little bit old.
a little on the older side, but they do make concessions for the voice actors when you are sort of the voice or the face or the voice of the the main character, right? Like you are the main person. People, it's like a movie, right? Like Tom Holland's in Uncharted because he's Tom Holland. They got him large part because they want to, want people to go see the movie. Oh, Spider-Man's in the movie. Let's, this probably is good, right? So Michael Ironside, he is the voice. He's a main guy, right? Nolan North is a main guy. People who play a game, gamers in the know. Oh, Nolan North is in this game. Let me give it a shot. So I think that's a part of it too. That and how to monetize it.
Well, in an 8-year concession though, like I'm sure he's got to be back in good health now.
True, but just because he's back, it's like, all right, well, now what do we do? Now we have him, but let's maybe come up with a plan, and see how we can monetize it. And again, he's not retired by any stretch. At least I don't know, but maybe he has other projects that he's doing. He just didn't have the time.
Well,
that's another thing too.
Here's the way you solve it, right? For me, right? Because Splinter Cell, some of the older ones. Actually, I guess every one after the first one. I know part 2, like Chaos Theory and Pandora Tomorrow, did have an amazing Mercs vs. Spies mode. It was amazing. It was really cool. It was online back when like the Xbox was doing online stuff and the PC had it too. You could play as one of the two sides and you had different abilities. And basically I think the spies would come in and try and infiltrate and, grab an item and then try and get their way out. And then the mercs are trying to prevent that from happening. And it was like really cool because like each side had different like abilities and weapons and all that. You do all this cool stuff in there. And it was like really good. Both those games did it really well. I don't know if the other games had it. I'm assuming they had some sort of multiplayer or whatnot, right? Monetize the multiplayer, right? Monetize the multiplayer with like, credit system or whatever else and do that. Leave the single player as is. Leave the single player experience solo. Don't put any online functionality. Don't put any like, oh, you can team up with somebody else with your account or whatever. Don't put any of that stuff in there. Just make it a good, 10, 12 mission thing with a whole new story arc and then monetize the multiplayer. And then that's how you do it, right? Now, that's how I think they could do it, right?
Well, because you said that, they're gonna do the opposite of all of that.
No. You're gonna
they're gonna monetize the crap out of it.
No. It's gonna be like Assassin's Creed, where you can be like, well, you need this resource to like build these smoke grenades. It's gonna cost you 500 whatever gold ingots or whatever currency of the country that he's in currently, and it's like
you want the sniper rifle. It'll cost you $2.99.
Yeah, right. Or you want to get more ammo for it? Yeah. They are probably gonna do that. Which is the thing that's like, oh, yeah.
I know. But, all right, let's transition to a game I know you love. Literal, not the literal game. Just like we talked about the Squid Games earlier in the show.
That's right.
This is a literal game that you love, and that is soccer.
Oh.
Specifically FIFA. And we talked about it last week, right? That, they wanted $1 billion.
Over 4 years.
For every 4 years, just to keep the name FIFA. But it's now official. Other game developers will get a chance to make FIFA games.
Right. So this is happening. I think next year it's going to be EA Football Club as opposed to FIFA 23. So
my question to you is, who do you want to make the next FIFA style game, right? With the name FIFA in it? Because I would say I would want FIFA 2K. I think they could do that. Like that would be awesome. Because 2K makes a great basketball game. It's still the number one basketball game out there. They make a great hockey game. I don't play it, but from what I can tell and what I can see, people love that game. They make terrible WWE games, but
well, they're working on bringing that back.
They're working on that. WWE, isn't helping with releasing all the characters they worked so hard to build. But I would love to see like a FIFA 2K. That would work. I could see that going up against Konami's football game and whatever EA has, going forward. That could work. I could see that. And that's not going to happen next year. I think we're like at least 2 to 3 years away because they need time to develop something good, right? They're not going to want to put out a stinker and,
of course
potentially lose the license.
Right,
I would say I feel good about this prediction. I'm going to say we're going to get FIFA 2023 2K.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to look at the other players in the mix, and whoever made Winning 11 Soccer, I don't think is making that game anymore. So the only one that's actually still around is PES, right?
Okay.
Which is the Konami game. And Konami also put out eFootball Online, which is utter trash. So PES, I never played a PES, Pro Evolution Soccer game. I hear they're good. They do have the rights to Juventud, which is very funny. Because if you end up going into FIFA, you try and go into the Italian league and play as Juventud, it's Piedmont Calico, which is Juventud just without the name of the players. So they managed to get that license, and they were very happy about getting the license for that one team. And everything else I'm looking at online is like football sim managers, essentially. Unless you want to talk about Rocket League, which isn't soccer, it's a weird hybrid mashup of soccer and cards, so that doesn't really count. So yeah, 2K, man. Let them go ahead and take a stab at it. Now, I think multiple companies are going to make FIFA games, right? Because FIFA's going to want to make as much money on the license. I don't think they're going to want to be exclusive to one company, unless they get the $1 billion that they want.
I would say, this is what I would say: give me a FIFA 2K game.
Yeah.
And then from 2K, and then how about Ubisoft make like a Streets game, like FIFA Streets?
I mean, sure.
Right,
sure.
Where you can play online and you can buy fatalities or something. They got to monetize. They got to find a way to monetize.
Oh, so I was gonna say they have Volta mode in the EA version now, which is Street Soccer, but no, they don't have fatalities.
Yeah, come on.
You want it to be over the top, big hits and all that. That'd be kind of cool, Yeah, I definitely like the EA Big Series. We talked about SSX a little bit and all that. So, yeah.
Okay.
It's interesting.
All right. This is the moment we've all been waiting for.
Oh, boy.
We're going to get into it.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get into it. But
we're going to try and be civil. We're going to try and be civil.
Let me set the stage first.
I think we need to, we need to let people know what the story is here. Yeah.
So scalping is a problem. We can all agree on that. Let's start with what we all agree with. Scalping is a problem, right?
Oh, yes.
Yes. Right now, it's super hard to get an N64 controller from Nintendo Online, right? I'm just going to call it a Joy-Con. That's what I've been calling the SNES wireless controller, right? And I call the Genesis controller that too, right? The Genesis Joy-Con. So the N64 Joy-Con can't get, right? That's sold out. But I think that's a supply issue mostly, because we had the same issue with the SNES controller last year, and then maybe like a month later, 2 months later, it went back on sale, and it was regularly in stock.
Yeah.
So, and then I finally got it, and you can still get it now, right? It's not sold out.
Yeah.
So they put out a limited amount at first, and then later on you'll be able to buy it, right?
Sure.
So I think that's what's going to happen with N64 controllers. So I'm pretty confident I'll have one beginning of next year, maybe, right?
So probably no issues, right? They can
probably
produce
no issues.
They can produce a ton of plastic with the little microcontroller inside.
Yeah. I think they're more worried about putting out OLED screens.
I mean, I think they should be.
The mini fridge, I've given up hope. I don't think I'll buy one. I mean, I joke about I want one, but I really don't care. Like, I won't lose sleep if I never buy a mini fridge.
You don't have any space for it,
I make space, man.
You don't have any space for it, Dan. You don't need it. You don't need it.
I want it.
And it only holds like a 6-pack. That's it.
Okay. All right.
It only holds a 6-pack.
So it can hold 10 amiibos. I need places.
Go on. I agree.
As a matter of fact,
it's super cool, but
no. As a matter of fact, because the top, I mean, I know it's not sort of flat. It has the
little perforations in it. Yeah, the hole.
Yeah. I can still put amiibo on top of it, so it's a surface so I can.
They're all gonna sink in because isn't it like curved?
Well, if I put enough of it, they can keep each other upright.
Oh my god!
Come on!
Oh my god!
All right,
okay.
I'm gonna do it on the actual Series X so you could see and take a picture and post it on social media.
You should. Yeah.
All right. So that's a problem. So I don't care about those. But it's a real problem if you want a PS5 or a Series X right now. It's hard to get.
Oh, sure.
Series S, a little bit easier. Best Buy does have it in stock in stores. You can just go pick it up. I just stopped myself from buying it.
That's a definite change because they haven't had even those in stock for a while. So
I know.
It's good to see those back. It's good to see those back. As of
yesterday, I could have bought it. And it said I can go to the store and pick it up, or I can just have it shipped, so it's in stock at least as of yesterday of this, this recording.
Right.
Okay. Certain stores like Best Buy, Target, Target, I think, not Best Buy so much. No, Best Buy, not Target, had PS5s in store, where you had to get a voucher, wait in line, test of endurance, right, to go get it. And GameStop. It's a rumor that GameStop will have it in stores soon as well. So that's a good sign that they're coming in stores, and that's how you actually stop the scalpers, by having it in stores and being a test of endurance.
Well, that's right. You say like, look, it's going to come out at this time. You just got to wait online and whatnot, and that's what people have done since the dawn of time, right? Because then you're not dealing with online shenanigans and bot programs and all that. It's right. Test of will, test of endurance, right?
However, because scalping is so bad, and I agree that retailers need to do something to prevent bots, because the bots are the things that are stealing it from us. They're buying it up in, a half a second, a quarter of a second, right? And it's sold out, and everyone's computer crashes or their website is crashing. You can't get it, and when you finally do get in, it's already sold out, and it's only been up for sale for like a minute.
If even. Jesus.
Retailers need to do something about this, and I think they will in the future. I don't think this helps us now, right? But in the meantime, Sony Rewards, GameStop have put out, if you're a GameStop Pro member, you get first dibs at PS5s and Xboxes, right? Xbox Series X's.
Right.
If you're already a Pro member, I mean, you could sign up to be a Pro member now, but if you're already a Pro member, which is a paywall, obviously.
Well, I mean, and
you have first dibs. There's a certain amount of time where there's a certain amount of time where you could buy it before it goes out to the general public and let all the bots buy it. Right.
Like they're giving you an option, and then it ends up going to store.playstation.com or whatever.
Yes.
Hey, we have some stuff that's coming out. All of that is controlled, and Sony's kind of putting them out accordingly. Here's some stuff for the rewards members. Here's some stuff for everybody else, and they're kind of going back and forth on it.
If you're already a rewards member, like I am, I have the credit card, so right. I am a PlayStation rewards member. You can go on Sony Rewards and have a chance to buy it.
Oh, sure. It's great if you're already into it, and you're like, oh shoot, I can go ahead and get a PS5.
That is behind.
I'm gonna take advantage of it. I'm gonna take advantage of it.
That's behind a paywall,
right? It is a much well. We haven't even talked about what
I know,
but
I'm trying to set it up. I'm trying to set it up with each company, right? Like Sony Rewards.
So how much is the Sony Rewards program per year?
I'll be honest, I don't even remember. I've been
okay.
I had
that's an important factor to
I've had the Sony card for so long.
I've
had the Sony PlayStation card for so long. It doesn't even matter how much it costs. I mean, I don't know how much it costs.
Well, that's important. I'm gonna go ahead and look that up. So okay, so $59.99 every 12 months. So $60 for 12 months for a year for this particular rewards program, right?
Okay.
That's wait.
No,
that's PlayStation Plus. Why does it say that on there? Rewards.sony.com. $12 PlayStation Plus membership. All right. So that's not necessarily true. So, but you have to sign up for the card, right?
You have to sign up for the card. That's how I got it.
And then the card has a membership fee, though, right? I'm just trying to see how much is involved with it.
I don't remember. I have enough Sony points, just like the GameStop Pro member, right? Like, how much is the Pro member for GameStop? I don't know, because I have so many points. I use my points to renew my membership.
I see.
So I don't know how much it costs to be a Pro member for GameStop. I haven't actually paid for it. I don't even think I ever paid for it, to be honest. I think I've always just had points. And it's, hey, do you want to use your points to renew your membership? And I get the magazine, which is the thing that I really want. Mm-hmm. Yes. So, but my major point is these are memberships that if you are already a member, you have an added benefit of having a chance to get a PS5 or an Xbox's, well, in GameStop's case, PS5 or Xbox, you have an opportunity to get it first dibs before the bots have an opportunity to get it.
Well, how much is the PlayStation, or not the PlayStation? How much is the GameStop service? Right, it's only like 20 or 30 a year, right?
Well, like I said previously, I don't know because I don't pay for it.
Yeah.
I use points to redeem. I use points to redeem it.
Right. Well, the GameStop thing is like $20 or $30 a year, right? Which is not a lot. You get like, I don't know, 10 to 20% off pre-owned games, which is great. You get extra rewards points, and you also get the option of getting the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series X first before it goes out, right? So, that's like, price is important in this case, right? It does factor in a way, right? So Sony is doing their thing, and GameStop is trying to do their thing to.
But these are already, again, established memberships with people, with members already, right?
Well, so, no, I'm just trying to see how much the programs cost is all.
Yes.
All
right.
But okay.
So, as a side note, I love my side notes. Amazon and Prime is like $150 a year.
130, but yeah.
That's crazy. I don't remember, when did it go up? I remember it being $70, like $69.99.
Oh, it's never been it's always been like 100, I think.
No, it was cheaper than that because I don't remember. I saw a $130 charge on my credit card.
Yeah. $130.
And I'm like, what's this for? And he said, it went up a while ago. And I just had it automatically renew. So I never really paid attention to it.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, man, they're gonna, Amazon's gonna do what Amazon's gonna do. Like they'll send you an email and you're never gonna read it.
Yeah.
But they're like, it's going up a little bit, and so you just keep it going.
With that said, Best Buy has their own membership. Okay, it's called Best Buy Total Tech.
Yep.
All right, you get free Geek Squad support availability 24/7, 365. You get up to 24 months of product protection with an active membership.
Right.
You get free delivery and standard installation of TV or
Right. They're just going to go and plug it in for you.
They just go plug it in, nail it to your wall. And by the way,
no. Installation on the wall is an additional fee.
It's an additional fee.
Oh, 100%. If they offer free TV installation, that would make this so much more worth it. Yeah.
Well, I would check that because I think they
no. I trust me. TV installation is like their bread and butter. They charge like minimum $200 to $300 just to put it up on the wall because you have to have dedicated installers as opposed to just delivery men. The people that are doing the TV setup here are the guys who just drop the TV off. They're not going to have certified installers do that stuff for you. That would make this an incredible purchase because it would be cheaper than what the standard installation is. I'm pretty sure installation's minimum $200 to $300 for like up to a certain size TV, and they just basically put it on the wall, hang the wires down, plug it into your cable box and maybe your Xbox, and then you're good to go.
You are actually incorrect, my friend.
Go ahead.
Of the Best Buy website, from TV mounting to installing a smart video doorbell, there's a huge list of in-home installation services we'll do for free with this plan. So they will install it on the wall.
I'd like to see how much they do with that. I would be highly suspect on that because
I'm on the website and I'm just telling you, as the website, it says they do TV installation on the wall.
Yes, but it's not part of the Total Tech service though.
No, I'm on the Total Tech Service support page right now. It's telling me everything that it does.
Okay. I mean, that's definitely surprising.
So,
because they have a separate service for installing TVs, and it's more than $200 just for.
Well, I'm sure. Well, we haven't done retail in years, but I'm sure
the TV mounting service starts at $200.
No, I'm sure it does,
Yeah.
because for people like me and you who don't want to subscribe to Total Tech, who don't want to subscribe, it will cost us that, and I'm sure Best Buy is pushing, hey, get everyone to get Total Tech service, right? Like,
okay, so here is the I'm looking at the Geek Squad page for it. So with Best Buy Total Tech, it says save 20% on TV mounting, or get it for free with your TV purchase. So if you buy it, if you buy the TV from them and you need it mounted, then you would get it for free. If you buy it somewhere else, though, that doesn't come with this $200 service. So that's an important bit. But that's important. But that's actually important. Yeah. Well, I don't know. It could be a.
Who would go to Best Buy and say, "Hey, I need my TV mounted that I already own"? You're in Best Buy.
There's a million people that do that. We would get that all the time. We'll have it on a stand.
That's
now we want to mount it. Now we want to mount it.
But you buy the TV. But you buy the TV from Best Buy. You have the service.
Well, if you do that, you do that, that's like a great service. So for someone who doesn't have a TV, for someone who wants a new TV, and for someone who's got the money to do all that, like, that's a great service. I'm not doubting that any of the stuff that they're offering here is not of value. No. I know. There's a lot of value with this stuff.
But you just said
there's a lot of value with this stuff.
You just said earlier this would be great if they mounted it on a wall, and they do if you buy the TV from them.
Sure, that's a great service. If you need that done, and you can take advantage of it, sure.
But I'm not done yet. You get VIP access to dedicated phone and and chat teams.
Okay,
I mean, you get that. You have access to exclusive Total Tech member prices, whatever that means. Free 2-day shipping for certain items. Extended 60-day return and exchange window.
Sure.
Items, right? Mm-hmm. And everyday savings on repairs, advanced services, and more, as of their page. So,
sure.
With that said, this service costs $199 a year.
$200. It's $200.
$200.
Yeah.
Best Buy is saying now to prevent scalping, just like GameStop did, just like Sony Rewards did. Here's a service that already exists that we have for customers that actually, obviously, people must buy the service. My uncle would buy this service because he doesn't need the installation, but the tech support he would have. He would.
Well, again, I'm not saying that total tech support doesn't have value. That's not what we're talking about here, right?
So,
but it's good to.
But if you have it, you have an opportunity to buy a PS5 and an Xbox One. Xbox Series X. Sorry. Just like if you are a GameStop Pro member, you have an opportunity to buy a PS5 and an Xbox Series X. Just like if you're a Sony Rewards member already, you have an opportunity to buy a PS5.
So okay. So let's tell what happened here, because we still haven't gotten to the. We're getting right into what it is. We've kind of set the stage of what people were doing, trying to prevent scalping. We've gone over what Best Buy Total Tech is all about, and what what stuff they have and what it does. It's a yearly membership fee. It's $200. GameStop thing is a yearly membership fee. The Sony Rewards card obviously probably has some membership. You at least have to sign up for the card or whatever. And it is what it is. The last drop that Best Buy had for their PlayStation consoles, at least, I don't know if they did it with the Xbox consoles. All of that drop was gated, right? The last drop that came out, the whole thing was gated, and you had to be a Total Tech member to get the console. And that's what people were kind of up in arms about, is why do I have to spend money just to have the privilege to get a console and all that and this and that. And everyone was angry about that, which, I think kind of rightfully so. Like, I would be a little bit annoyed to say, well, you want to buy this USB cable, you have to sign up for a membership. It's like, well, okay, because nothing else really is behind it, right? This is the only, as far as I know, this is the only item that's necessarily gated behind here, right? Because it's such a high ticket item, right? So, the thing that I'm curious about, right, is what is this solving, right? So if I'm somebody who wants to get a PlayStation, right, I want to get a PlayStation. I go around to Amazon, sold out. GameStop, sold out. I don't have a Sony card, so I can't get the Sony card thing, right? And I see that, Best Buy has it in stock, but I have to go back and get this $200 Total Tech membership to then buy the PlayStation 5, right? All I want is the PS5 in this case, right? I already have a TV in this case. It's whatever it is. I just want to get a PS5, hook it up, and play my Ratchet and Clank, all right? So the PlayStation now effectively costs $700, right? Because you're the only way to get it with this drop that came out was to sign up for the service. Obviously, you'd cancel it right away and just have it for a year or whatever, right? And then you would get your system, and then you go, okay, now $700 for the system, right? What is the difference between Best Buy effectively selling it for $700 or buying it from a scalper for $700?
That's easy. That's an easy difference. It's the same. It's the same.
What's effectively the difference?
That's the same thing if you buy a GameStop Pro membership for $20, or if you get a Sony Rewards credit card for $60. I don't know, however, let's just say $60. Mm-hmm. Or even, let's just for argument's sake, if Amazon did it for Amazon Prime members, you have to pay $130. You get. You ready? Free Geek Squad. You get free Geek Squad support.
But say I don't want any of that though. Say I don't want any of that.
Well,
I don't care what's part of the service.
But you have $700 worth of stuff compared to.
Well, no. I have the
$500 worth of stuff. Somebody else getting $200 profit. I have the
opportunity to possibly use these membership benefits. It's not a value unless you take advantage of it, right? Just because I have product care and Geek Squad and 60-day return policy doesn't mean I'm going to use it, right? It's free money to Best Buy.
But
it's free money to Best Buy.
It's not for you to buy. It's for my uncle who may want to buy a PS5, who already has the service.
Yeah, but we're talking about somebody who wants to buy a PlayStation 5. This is the person we're talking about. We're talking about the millions of gamers out there who want to buy a PS5. It's the same argument
for GameStop Pro membership, for Sony Rewards membership. It's the same issue then.
It is. You're right. It's 100% the same thing.
Then I don't want to see that same level of anger for anybody who holds anything over a paywall.
Well, I've always maintained that. Right?
I'm okay with it because it's an added benefit for me being an early adopter to the subscription service.
Well, you're assuming that you have it already, right? You don't have a Best Buy membership. I don't have a Best Buy membership. And let's say in this argument, for argument's sake,
you can't use yourself as a litmus test. Like, we don't have a lot of things that other people see the value in. I mean, other people have would see the value in this.
Again, I don't care about what Total Tech is offering, and I'm not talking about the Total Tech value. I'm just talking about the fact that the PlayStation 5 is effectively, depending on the drop time, which the last drop was behind a paywall, right? So taking away the Total Tech membership, what if I never use it, right? Hypothetically, actually, effectively, until I use it, there's no value in it. It's when you go and say, okay, now I want to return something after 30 days. I want to get something tomorrow. I want to get whatever, so right? Same thing with Amazon Prime.
Okay, all right. So
Amazon Prime only has value when you buy stuff. So it's a win-win for Amazon.
You're telling me you just want to put, let's just say for argument's sake, okay, let's rewind. We have no idea if they really held it back.
They did. No. The last actual drop, they did. It was all behind the paywall.
This is a video game. This comes from Video Game Chronicles. So we don't know what their internal plans were. We don't know if they held it back and it didn't sell out.
People have reported it online. Most definitely.
Yeah, but
the last
Best Buy has not corroborated it.
They're not gonna put a statement out for it.
Well, I mean, listen. It's the same argument you made before we recorded about Splinter Cell being okay. Video Game Chronicles actually reported that they spoke to two unnamed sources that a new Splinter Cell game is in the works, and you were like, well, it's unnamed sources, it could or could not be true.
Okay.
Same thing here.
Well, let's say this. They can't put on the tin, hey, here's a benefit that you can get PlayStation 5s unless they hold PlayStation 5 specifically for the Total Tech members. Otherwise, it's no value.
But what if they held it? But what if they held it just like GameStop held PS5s and Xboxes? First come, first serve if you're a pro member.
Well, for how long? I mean, you got to have enough time to put out the message, hey, we have PS5s, have people come in to buy them, and then boom, you're out of stock. So
let's just say
they're gonna go to Total Tech members.
Let's just say
it's gonna sell 100%.
Let's just say for argument's sake they had 100 consoles.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're all gonna sell.
You rather 100 consoles not go to people who would actually play it, who already own $200 subscription service. You rather those 100 consoles go to scalpers and they sell it for $1,000.
Okay,
that's what you're telling me.
Well, in this case, you're assuming that everybody has a Total Tech membership benefit.
So
they don't. Some people do.
So if it's sold
we don't know what
it's sold out, somebody paid $200 at some point, either now or before, to get this service. Scalpers aren't paying $200 for the service because this is eating into their profits because the prices of scalping for the PS5 has gone down.
Right. But the person who's buying the PlayStation 5 is effectively paying $200, right? Whether it's at the point of purchase or it's 3 months ago, right? Because what if they don't take advantage of any of these services, right? Then you could put it in a certain light to say, well, it cost me $700 to get this PlayStation because I couldn't have gotten it without the membership, right? Because if you're saying you can't get it with the bots, right, and you don't want to go through scalping and dealing with all of that stuff, then Best Buy is becoming the scalper in this case and paying you're paying them $700 for it, right? Like, look, I get it. It is nice that you don't have to deal with, okay, let's go ahead and meet up at this place, and you got to make sure it's the actual item and there's not a brick in the box, and that the person actually shows up and they don't have a gun and they try and rob you, and there's a lot of rigmarole and whatnot. But at the end of the day, a scalper who sells it for $700 and Best Buy who puts it behind a $200 paywall, to me, at the end of the day, I'm still getting raked over the coals. Because there's a problem and no one knows how to solve it. And the best way to go about solving it is this.
I vehemently disagree. It is just like Sony Rewards members. It's just like Amazon Prime. It's just any membership where they give value to the members who are early adopters who already see the value in it in itself. And we're already members. And they're giving us an opportunity to buy something that's a hot commodity.
Okay, are you willing to, if you didn't have a PS5, right, you wanted to get a new PS5, physical edition with the disc and all that. No. Would you?
I'm not willing to do it. It's okay.
Would you? Okay, so you're not willing to spend $700 on it.
You do know
you're not willing to spend $700.
You do know there were you do know there were other bundles for other websites. I forgot what it was. Not X Stock. It was some other website. I haven't tried to search for a PS5 because I already have one in a long time.
That's also terrible.
There were other sites that were selling crazy bundles.
Yeah,
right,
it's terrible.
That I saw no value in. Right, that I could have bought a PS5, and I saw the value in the GameStop bundles because they were games. Well, for me, they were value. There were other bundles sold from other retailers that I saw no value in, and I didn't buy it, and that's okay. Other people saw the value because they sold out.
Yeah, but the only point that I'm making is that it's shitty, right? You can't sugarcoat it and say this is great, right? It's terrible. And if this was modern times, they wouldn't be able to do this. They wouldn't get away with it because you just have stock out there, right? The only reason that they're doing it is because supply lines are limited and they can also benefit from this, right? No matter what you get out of it, Best Buy wins at the end of the day because they are making money hand over fist on this. Like, we know when we used to sell protection plans that it was instant money. It was pure money because you never know if their TV is going to break. They don't know if their TV is going to break, and they may never.
Under your logic, then insurance is a waste of time because
it is, Dan.
Insurance on anything, life insurance, car insurance.
Well,
house
all right,
insurance.
That's a little more. That's a little
no,
more
no, no. Let me
important,
finish.
Dan.
Let
That's a
me
little
finish.
more
Stop
important.
talking. Let me finish.
That's a little
Insurance
more
as a whole is useless until you use it. It is if you don't use insurance, then
Well,
it's
yeah,
useless.
think about it, Dan. Think about it. Don't you look at your medical bill and your insurance bill and go, "Wow, I'm not really utilizing this that much." That's exactly why you go to the doctor. Everyone goes to the doctor because they're paying for medical insurance. They're like, "Well, I might as well use it because I have it." If you didn't have insurance, are you going to go and pay $500 to get a checkup?
There you go.
Probably not.
So basically, I spent $200 for a service. Then I'm like, you know what? I'm having some tech issues. I might as well call Geek Squad because I spent $200 for this service. I
Exactly.
might as well utilize it.
And if you didn't have the service, would you call Geek Squad or would you call me up and go, "I have an issue. Can you help me fix
Not
it?"
everybody has
That's
a
the
geeky
same thing.
friend. Not everybody has a geeky friend who can help them. Some people, my uncle,
you're gonna
they just want to go to Geek Squad and
I
have them fix it.
understand. I understand, but you could do it as a one-off and just say, "Okay, it's $30 to fix this thing or $40 to fix this thing, and I'm good," right? Like you have to have a problem to take advantage of it, right? It's the same. And hold on. To go back to the insurance plans for the TVs, right? They only cover so many things, right? And your TV has to actually fail, right? It didn't cover like actual physical breakage on any device. So if you dropped it or whatever, then they're not going to cover it. It's not full coverage.
We covered that with cameras.
Well, okay, cameras, but not on the TVs though. I'm talking about the TVs specifically.
I don't.
Yeah, it was kind of a waste of money because sure, there's a chance your TV could break, but probably not.
I'll tell you.
You buy a good product, it should work.
I'll tell you a little story. So, like, you own more of a condo, so this doesn't really apply to you because you pay condo dues.
Yeah. I have insurance you have to have insurance too.
Yeah, I know you have insurance,
I do.
But that's irrelevant to what I'm about to say. Like you pay condo dues, right? So they keep up the condo, like, which is essentially a building. I own an actual full-fledged like house, so there is no condo dues. If there's an issue, I got to fix it. So there's a company, HomeServe, where pay.
Oh yeah.
I pay a sort of like a quarterly amount. And I just found out that if you have like a backage or a stoppage, they will come. That's a part of the service. They will. They'll scoop everything. They'll clear your drain.
Oh yeah.
I just found out I have access to that, and I haven't been utilizing it. So now I know I have it. I'm just going to have them come and just clear the drain anyway.
Well, yeah, because you're paying for it. Of course, you're going to pay for it because you're going to utilize it because you're paying for it. You would never have them do that out of pocket, though. That's what I'm saying. You would never have them do that out of pocket.
My uncle sees no value. He sees no value in paying for something that he can do because he's more of a hands-on person.
Well, if you know how to do it, that's a different story.
Yes. And because I'm a member and I pay, if they said I have access to a PS5, I would jump on that PS5, but you wouldn't pay that.
Yeah, you're talking about a scenario in this situation. In this situation, you don't have total membership. I'm not talking about the people that have it already. Like, I get that.
Yeah.
If you have it already, that's great. And that's fantastic. And I would utilize it 100% if I already had this service, right? But there's a lot of people who don't. And that's the thing that people were upset about, right? A kid who wants a PS5 is going to scrape together $500 and not an additional $200, not to mention getting the extra controller, getting a game for it, right? Because it doesn't come with any games, so you can play Astro Bot, maybe.
That's why he needs to scrape up a couple of more and get a bundle on GameStop when it comes out.
Yeah, well, I mean, to go back
right now, there is nothing that no one can do to stop the scalping right now. This is something that needs to be... Look.
I'm not saying that
there's a problem that's not going to be solved right now.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that I have any answers to that problem per se, but it is something that needs to be worked out come the next console launch, because we're going to be in the same shit show, if not more so. Which the scalpers are going to be,
which could be next year.
Well, I mean, and the scalpers are going to be ahead of the game, and we're going to be left holding the bag at the end of the day, because that's what's happening now, right?
The rumors of the new Switch coming out next year.
I know. the people who end up losing at the end of the day are the consumers, right?
Listen,
no matter what, we take the brunt of the damage, right?
We're in this problem because of the zombie apocalypse.
Well, right. But to make the consumer the solve, right. It is what it is, right? That's the situation. But
so you know what? Then this is what everybody's going to do, because this is what Dave wants. Are you listening? Dave wants this. Don't put anything behind a paywall. Don't put out any bundles and let the scalpers get it. And
no.
$900.
Put it in the stores and don't have it online.
Can't have it in stores, Dave. Pandemic, zombie apocalypse. Can't have it in stores. So that's not an option. That's not an option.
Didn't you just say that the Xbox? Didn't you say that the Xbox Series X is available online and you can pick it up in store?
You
can.
S.
Yeah, and you can pick it up in store.
Yeah,
so you can go into a store right now.
It's not in hot demand anymore.
Well, that has nothing to do with anything. If there's a pandemic going on and you shouldn't go in the store, why is it available for pickup?
It's
available for pickup. I can go to the
commodity.
That has nothing to do with anything. Like pandemic or not, I can go pick it up right now. So it's obviously not an issue.
That's how that works. You need it to be in demand. It is not in demand. Everybody wants a Series X.
But that's not what you just said. You just said it's a pandemic and it's dangerous. It's not, because you can go in the store and get this.
No, it's not dangerous. I'm not talking about it's dangerous. It's a pandemic. We have a chip shortage because of the pandemic, so they can't produce enough to put in the stores.
Well, you can get a Series S right now in the store.
Nobody wants it.
Okay, so when you get stock, you just put it in the stores and you have people line up. Not a problem. Because there's no difference than waiting online with a bunch of people than being in a store with a bunch of people, right? You're still in the thick of it, right? It's up to you whether you want to brave that, right, and go into the store and get it. So they have thousands of other products in the store that people go in and line up for and buy.
That's not in hot demand, like the PS5.
They buy. Well, that doesn't matter. You can just go and get it.
Demand matters. What are you talking about? If that's the case, they should have just put it in stores from the get-go and not sold it online at all.
Well, we didn't have the vaccine back then, and that was a different story.
Well,
now we have the
half
vaccine.
The country still isn't vaccinated. That's
on them, and they're never going to get vaccinated. That's on them. I'm protected. You're protected. I feel comfortable going into a store to pick up USB cables. So why wouldn't I be comfortable going in to get an Xbox, right?
Okay. Well, what about the people who aren't vaccinated? What about the people who aren't vaccinated, who don't feel comfortable going in the stores, who just want to buy it online?
Well, then you can just order it. Then you can't get your console. I don't know what to tell you.
Wow.
Get vaccinated. Wow. Get vaccinated and go ahead. I mean, what's the issue?
Okay, so for them, you're just like, oh, you can't get the console. You know what? Put everything online and let the scalpers get it, and you'll pay $700-800 on it.
No. I'm saying put it in stores and don't have it online. Then you stop the bots.
Or you add it as an added value for any subscription service out there for early adopters. If you get the
consumer ends up paying at the end of the day, right? I will say this. At a bare minimum, the GameStop thing is a lot more reasonable because it's only like $20 or $30 a year, right? So, and I think there's value to the gamer. There's value to us, obviously, because you get pre-owned games at a discount and all that, and some other benefits. You get double reward points or whatever it is, which is cool. Like that's freaking awesome, right? Those are things of value, things that we want.
Now you're comparing the value, like
I'm feeling
you.
Well, here,
listen, it has value for other people.
Well, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying, right? And then. Sure, they're bundling stuff, but you're actually getting physical stuff out of it, right?
Not all. Nope. You get a gift card. You get a $25 gift card.
Yeah. A gift card is essentially
not physical. It's
well,
digital.
you get. Well, whatever you get something for it. You get an actual value for it. It's a dollar amount value, whether you get a card or not,
and a warranty on the first bundle too. By the way.
Okay, great. So you get that too, but I mean,
no physical value at that whatsoever.
But you get $800 worth of physical items. You do. You get a gift card. Whether you can feel it or not, you get $30 or whatever it is, or $50.
No. You get $800 worth of stuff, physical and non-physical. You get $800 worth of stuff. Just like if you have Best Buy service, that's $700 worth of stuff that you
but you may not use it though. Like at least you get games. You can flip those games. You get a controller, right, which you're probably going to use. There are things that you are more more likely to use.
You're comparing apples and oranges. Just because you don't want to have an apple today doesn't mean I don't want to have an apple today. It's just because it's not a value to you. It could be a value to other people.
An actual controller is a thing that anybody can use, and most likely people are going to use that, right? You can play 2-player games. You have to have a second controller.
What if I never go to Best Buy?
That is completely irrelevant. That is completely irrelevant.
What if I never go to GameStop and never utilize a $25 gift card? Never. I never.
Well, that's on you. You can just buy something online. It's not difficult to do.
There you go. It's on you. You can use the service for what they offer, or you cannot.
But why would you not end up buying a game with it? Why would you not end up buying a game with it? That is completely irrelevant.
I almost didn't buy a game. I totally forgot about the gift card because it's not physical.
That's on you, Dad.
And it's on you for not using the customer service that they provide, using the service that Best Buy Total.
But what if you don't need it though, right? You're not going to call them up and
I don't need a gift card. I don't need a gift card. I don't want a gift card.
But that's the situation that you're in. It's at least more useful. Well, you did. You got the console at GameStop.
Dan. Just because it's not Dan, for you. It's for other people.
Dan, you obviously shop at GameStop because you bought your bundle at GameStop.
Some
you have
don't.
The Power Up Rewards program.
Stop putting me in this. It's the general consumer. Maybe they don't shop at GameStop and they don't want to use the gift card because they don't ever shop at GameStop. They only buy digital games. They
Okay.
They don't want to go to GameStop.
You can use it for digital games at the GameStop store, right? That's perfectly fine.
They don't go to GameStop. They don't shop at GameStop. They don't shop at GameStop.
Well, how did they get the console then? How did they get the console?
You know why? Because they wanted it. They wanted it. That's why. And it was the only place
so they obviously are willing. They are obviously willing to go to GameStop.
You can't compare what they offer because some of the stuff that they offer doesn't apply for you. It doesn't, and that's okay.
But what doesn't apply to you?
Other people,
what doesn't apply to you? Everything's
you don't
is
want
least...
tech support. Other people want tech support. If people didn't need tech support, Geek Squad wouldn't exist. So people want it.
Yes, but the people
because I could call you, but not everybody has a Dave that they can call. They need Geek Squad.
The people that are buying the console don't necessarily also want the warranty.
You don't know that. Stop talking for people. You don't know what people need. Some people need tech support.
You don't
want a PS5.
Yeah, but you don't know the person does or doesn't. You know, it's possibly a 50-50.
You can't compare what they offer.
You can though.
Compare what all of these because some of it is going to apply to you, some of it's not going to apply to you. I don't care about Demon Souls. I got Demon Souls. I would never buy it, but I got it.
But at least it's a game you can play on your console. All right?
I don't want it though. I don't want it.
So you can sell it
it was useless.
I'm just saying, given both those options, I would rather have the GameStop stuff because at least it's stuff that's related to the console.
Okay,
directly related to the console.
Sony Rewards. What about Sony Rewards? You need the credit card.
Okay. If I really look, it's all shitty, right? You know, I'm not saying it's not. All of this stuff is shitty, Dad. Right? The Sony thing is shitty. The GameStop thing is shitty. The Best Buy thing is shitty.
All right, we gotta put a pin on it. So
the other services are at least a little bit more palatable, and I think the GameStop one is the best, even though they're making me buy stuff. It's stuff that's related, right? Like, yes, I don't want Demon Souls either, but at least I'm getting a physical game that I could spin and sell. Right, because it's sealed, and I could sell it for maybe $10 less and try and recoup some of my money, right? Or I could also play it because it works on my console. Second controller,
okay. All right.
I had to buy a second PlayStation controller anyway, so now I have two. So that's a guarantee.
You know
it's not great, but it's better. That's all I'm saying.
So GameStop works for you, but my friend,
No.
No. The GameStop will work for you because
I'm just saying
it's
it's better in general.
Okay, no, it's better.
It's better in general. It's better in general.
No, it's not. No,
it's better in general.
My other friend Chris, I know we have a mutual friend named Chris, but I'm not talking about that Chris. There's another friend. He's more of a work colleague, Chris.
Sure.
Right. To put a pin on this because we have to move on.
Yeah.
He's not a tech guy.
Yeah.
He has no Dave. He has no Dave to call. Okay. He doesn't have a friend like Dave to call. But he is a gamer, but he's a casual gamer. And what I mean by that, He plays Madden. He plays Call of Duty.
Yeah. You're making the point that the Geek Squad service has value, right?
So,
you've been saying
just bought
that.
a house. He just bought a house. He's married, 2 kids. Just bought a house. Got a promotion and everything. I'm almost 100. I can pretty much guarantee if he knows about this $200 a year service for tech support, he would take it, right? He would pay for it. And an opportunity to buy a PS5 or an Xbox. He would, probably buy an Xbox over a PS5 because all his friends pay Madden on Xbox. So, we would never play together because I'm not going to buy it. I'm more of a PlayStation player mostly, but whatever. Side note, this would be more of a value for him.
Yeah, and I'm not saying the Total Tech service doesn't have value. That's not the point.
I know the GameStop has more value for you. And other people, the Best Buy one has more value for them. And that's, wait
a minute. If he wants to get a PS5 and he has a roommate who also plays PS5, which that is the case probably for a lot of people, or they have a brother or a son or a friend or whatever, that controller is 100% useful, right? The Geek Squad service, the point that I'm making is the Geek Squad service only has value when you use it, right? If he needs it installed, like, okay, sure, like have someone come by and install it.
All of the stuff has value if you use it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The controller, it has inherent value because it's a physical product.
If you buy yourself and you don't use the second controller because you never buy 2 controllers.
Well, you could sell it. It has value.
Demon Souls.
It has value, and you can sell Demon Souls because it's a physical copy of it.
Yeah. Well,
you can actually sell it. You can't sell your Total Tech membership.
The Best Buy service for people who need stuff installed that they buy stuff from Best Buy because Best Buy is not just a TV store. They sell washing machines and dryers.
Oh yeah. Again. I'm not saying that the Total Tech service doesn't have value. Well, maybe you'll get the Total Tech service.
Maybe I will. And I don't have to pay for any other installation. I can pay $200.
Yeah.
And I could buy a digital version of the PS5 too.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I mean, you want one. You want one. You could just buy it online and pick it up in store. Like this is outside the Total
PS5.
Tech.
The PS5.
Oh, well, right. That's just sold out right now. Yeah.
All right. To put a pin on it, some people find value in it. Some people don't. But once these things go in stores, all of this will go away.
So, no. Total Tech is always going to be there. No one's just going to spend $200 to get a PS5.
GameStop Pro membership is not going anywhere either. But once the consoles are in stores, the whole hiding behind the paywall thing will go away.
Yeah, again, I'm not against these services, and they're perfectly legal. I'm just saying it's shitty to gate a PS5.
Yes, we got that point already. I'm saying
that's all
once
I'm saying.
the consoles go in stores, then all of this goes away. We know what you're saying. You said it 5,000 times. Now I'm going to say for the fifth. I'm going to say it 10,000 times. Once the stuff goes in the store, being behind a paywall will finally go away. We have to move on, but let's go on. Let's stick with PlayStation. And when you actually do get a console, no matter where you get it, we have a state of play that was announced. Now, again, I think we talked about this last month. When is a state of play sort of a smaller, like a Nintendo Direct, right? Or like a Direct Mini, right? But when it's like a Sony, this is a Sony showcase, that's when we get the heavy hitters. So next week, we're going to get a PlayStation state of play. And they said there would be over 20 third-party games. Which means, to me, we're going to get like 2 big games and a lot of indie stuff.
Yeah, I mean, this is late October. We're not going to get anything coming out this year. Doubtful.
You don't think so? You don't think
why would they? You think they'd have a drop so late in the year? I mean, maybe some indie titles. Definitely nothing big. Like the AAA stuff, even though it's like third party and all that, is going to be next year, right? Like I can guarantee they're going to have a Grand Theft Auto definitive edition kind of bigger trailer or whatever, right? They have to have something here, right? Because it really got birthed on the PlayStation, right? Grand Theft Auto 3 really kind of put the series on the map. It was a PlayStation exclusive for about a year or two until it also went to Xbox. Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Among other things, but the trilogy is not going to be ready till next year. I don't think. I think that's going to be like early next year. I would love. Oh, actually, no. I'm sorry. The trilogy is coming out later this year.
Yeah, no,
The
it's
trilogy
coming
is
out.
coming out with it this year.
I think it's slated for November. I think
That's
November,
right. That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. But that was already announced, right? That's already been like kind of a.
But they didn't say they're gonna get like 20 game announcements. It was just it was showcase over 20 games, third party.
Oh, sure.
Games.
I mean, if it's stuff
So
we've
it could be
seen
a part
already.
of this.
Yeah. I mean, if it's stuff we've seen already that we're getting like a little more in-depth gameplay and it's coming out later this year, sure. Yeah. I could see that. But yeah, this is this is good. I'm curious to see what they're going to have on display. Since it's all like third-party stuff and whatnot, like
I wasn't expecting the state of play this soon, to be honest. I thought like it was over. I think it would be over by now. If they're going to show a lot of stuff coming out maybe early next year or down the pipe, right? Unless there's like you said, unless there's indie games that's going to come out this year. And I think we're going to see a lot of indie games. This is going to be like the indie game, like Nintendo indie game showcase, I think. We could see maybe we'll see some VR games. That's what I hope to see.
Yeah, VR would be good. Well, I mean, VR for the previous model.
Yes, we're not going to see.
Oh, well,
VR 2.
I don't think
that's
anybody's
another year or
making.
two away.
I don't think anybody's making VR games for the previous version. We know that new Moss sequel is coming out, but
Yeah.
I can guarantee that's going to be PSVR 2 compatible.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But I got to end with some good news. It's great
Oh,
news.
please,
Amazing news.
please, Dan. We need some good news in the gaming community.
Well, Nintendo has been like, we talked about who's doing better, PlayStation or Microsoft, right? With Xbox. Sony's been doing gangbusters, right? Since
Sure.
like 2017.
They've been killing it this year, yeah, or this generation.
The Switch has outsold every other console every month, right?
Yeah.
We got the NPDs for September, and 33 months in a row have been broken by the PS5. The PS5 is the best-selling console of last month, and that's in large part to what I think is, again, Best Buy did have PS5 in stores last month, right? I think a lot of people, bundles. I think PS5 is now getting out in the wild because software sales are going up, right? Spider-Man's like, Spider-Man Miles Morales is like top 10 or top 20 or something like that. 'Cause actual people are getting their hands on PS5s.
Yeah, it's 100% a stock thing, right? Like, I don't want to take Nintendo's fire away from them, but yeah, the fact that you can't get or you couldn't get the console was definitely part of the sales problem, right?
Yeah, but I think Nintendo will start a new streak because of the Switch OLED, right?
Yeah,
people are going to buy it. I think in large part because Switch OLEDs are in stores, right? Well, they were in GameStop. I actually went to GameStop the other day and they had Switch OLEDs in stock.
Yeah, they've managed they've managed to get production up, which is surprising. I thought it was going to be tough.
I'm happy. Like, we need that, back and forth, right? Like,
you want everybody to win. You want everybody to win at some point in time.
Yeah, I want more Xboxes to be out there too. Like, I want to know if I think Xbox won. No, they didn't win. Switch has been winning it.
Well, I mean, Xbox is winning with their online
software,
membership, right?
With their software, yeah.
They're killing it with software. They're killing it with Games Pass. They're killing it with Xbox Live memberships.
But I was kind of surprised. Like, the last week, we didn't talk about this, but like Microsoft was disappointed, and Microsoft, obviously the parent company of Xbox, the higher ups were a little bit disappointed in the subscription. How many subscribers they had to Games Pass. They were their expectations. They wanted more.
The Games Pass penetration is like 35%, maybe up to about 40% right now. Obviously, they want everybody on Games Pass, right? That's their thing. They want to be games as a service. They're still killing it though. Like, it's still pretty good. It's still pretty good, but yeah, not as the numbers could definitely be better for sure.
Which is just, again, weird that they would be disappointed, right? Like, I thought they would be like super happy at like the subscriber base, and they're spending billions of dollars to buy studios, and they're not done yet. Phil Spencer said they're not done buying studios. Like, there's one more big acquisition that's in the works, and who could that be, right? Like, if it's Capcom, it's over, right? Because they have that library of games. Resident Evil will only come out on Xbox.
I mean, anybody's up for grabs with the right amount of money. That's all it is. Anybody's up for grabs,
I know. But so that's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we got.
Mm-hmm.
Dave, you got any good weekend plans?
Getting a haircut because I need one. It's been a while. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I'm actually picking up a Switch OLED for our friend Joe, because he's been the one who got me the Switch OLED and the PS5 and the Xbox. He is amazing. So he found a copy for himself, but he is out of the state right now. So he asked me to come pick it up. Today is the last day that they're going to hold it. So I got to get down to the Target and pick that up for him. And, good to go. And didn't cost them a penny over $300 plus tax. So
he doesn't have a Target subscription somewhere that held it for him and that he can buy it.
No, he just bought it straight up online because
But you know what? If he did have a Target subscription that helped him get the Switch OLED, and he was able to get like a mop and a broom half off, and he can replace anything that's broken, little knickknacks.
Well,
I would be okay. I would be okay with it.
Well, the Target subscription is free, so I would also be okay with that. That's the difference. There's a $0 sign-up fee.
There you go. And it's only worth it if you use it. So,
well, it doesn't cost you anything, so it's I wouldn't be upset. But
I'm actually going to Texas.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm leaving for Texas. I'll be back in the middle of the week because I got to come back from my office's early holiday party. Because they want to do it early. They don't want to,
Wow.
They want to avoid a second zombie apocalypse during flu season, right?
Yeah, I was going to say, usually the holiday parties happen in, December.
Yeah, but you never know what can happen, right? It's a crazy world, and they don't want to lose their deposit because they put this deposit down back in 2019 for 2020.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. I've never been to Texas, but I will be hitting up some Texas GameStops and retro video game stores.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
So
nice. Make sure that you have some. Make sure that you have some barbecue, because they make damn good barbecue down there. Make damn good barbecue. So
okay.
Yeah. All right, well, that's episode 293 in the books, folks. And we want to thank you guys for listening to the show and liking, commenting, and doing all the good stuff that you guys do. If you want to interact with us, and we know that you do, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Rated G for Gamers. Also, we are part of the Gaming Podcast Alliance. You can check out all of the fine podcasts featured on there at gamingpodcastalliance.com if you're looking for more gaming goodness. So, please listen, like, rate, review, and subscribe. And as always,
keep gaming.